Hello everyone, welcome back to Blood Bowl 3. Today is going to be a team build. And it's going to be based on a conversation I've had with one of my commenters on YouTube, William O'Sullivan, who has basically sparked a somewhat dark sense of humour of mine. By having like a random comment where I was just like, oh yeah, so you know, orcs would just say, oh, the opponent has better ball skill, shatter their kneecaps, it's fine, we'll deal with that afterwards. If they're not dead, we'll figure it out. And then kind of went down the route of looking at like a few Shadow of War kind of tropes from a few of the orcs in that game, from when I used to make content, because this guy's been around since then. And it's like, yeah, it's kind of sparked a want to make an orc or black orc team. And he's given me the information of a few little aspects of his favourite orc from the game, Taku Blood Axe, who basically helped him take over an entire fortress of masked beings. On the note of them being masks and mask shatterers, the black orcs would be the ones who shatter the masks, because the orcs are the ones who wear them. So I guess it's a black orc team today. But yeah, he's given me a team name and the name of the team captain. I'm going to kind of fill in a couple of other little bits, just for the, you know, the theme of Shadow of War. And that's sort of where we're going with this one. But yeah, essentially, the team is going to be called the Mask Shatterers. If I can spell. There we go. And then I'm going to make a team manually, because I do not trust the AI to build me a good team. So, I'm obviously going to want the big guy, that's a start. I'm thinking 4 orcs, and then there's my 11 players, right? 745k. Rerolls, an apothecary, and well, actually, this is really good, because I've actually got like a decent amount left, and I'm gonna go with an assistant coach and a cheerleader, because 995 is a pretty good starting point, and I've pretty much just made this almost instantly, because this just, it seems like the best starting position. It's not really hard to create a team of black orcs based on their sort of inflexible makeup, should we say. However, this team is going to be really useful, because I think this team has a very good chance of being rather troublesome. So, that's the players. There we go. Job done. So, now we've got the customization. There we go. Alright, so what do I want to do with these guys? If I'm going to go with a mask shatterers, I'm going to need something that resembles a mask. I spy a mask. The only problem is it's intact. I think, given these, I am quite tempted to go with the standard orc shield here. Can I recolour it though? Pattern on the jersey. I'm going to leave the pattern fairly basic. The palette, on the other hand, this is going to be something I'm going to have to spend some time on. Because this, well, I want it to actively sum up Blood Axe. So this is going to have to be quite a almost, I would say, unique. Nocturne green. That's just black. I'm sorry, that is just black. Kind of like how that looks though, not gonna lie. Maybe red as a secondary colour would be better though. And then this is like Nocturne green. Because most of the armour in Mordor is black. And then I'm guessing that's like the accents on the armour or something. What does that exactly change? I'm not even sure what that changes, to be honest. Aha! It's the stripe on the pants. So that's going to also be, for the sake of strip uniformity, Nocturne green. I think that makes a good strip. The one thing I would say about this is, of course, this is all my own personal taste. If you want to correct me on it and want me to change things, if you have any preferences on the strip, colour, formations, pretty much anything about the team, let me know, because I'm making this basically because you gave me the idea, and I want you to be involved in it. So, yeah, you come up with any ideas, William, please feel free to let me know, because I don't really play bashy teams like this. So that was the jersey, that's all sorted. Cheerleaders-wise, they actually really suit that colour scheme, and I don't even have orc cheerleaders, wow. They just like a more gothic version of Harley Quinn because they don't have the white involved. The brutal cheerleaders I think would make more sense because of generally the, you know, the whole brutal look. So that's what I'm going to go with there. Coach-wise, I mean, do I even have to change the coach? Like, Grim pretty much sums it up quite well. Stadium, I don't even have any new pitches yet, do I? So, standard pitch, standard grandstands, and standard dugout. Yeah, that's pretty much standardized. Dice. The Brutal Edition dice? Nah, I prefer the standard. I like clean dice. And of course the Brutal Ball, because why not? Now the motto. This is something I've spent a bit of time thinking about, and I'm a little bit tempted to go with something cheesy, but also want to go with a quote from the Blood Axe. Because I know a lot of the Blood Axe's quotes. But what do I do? Do I go with cheese? Or do I go with... Or do I go with something else? Nah, I'm going with this. Yeah, I'm just going to go with that one. It matches up with Warhammer and the Orcs' blunt stupidity. Yes, Black Orcs aren't stupid. However, it's also a pun for the inevitable team captain, Taku himself. Which you cannot say isn't quite clever. I mean, it is not clever at all. It's just a shit pun. I get it. But I like it, alright? I'm cheesy. Get over it. And I think that is pretty much it, to be honest. Let's have a look at what we've got for the... Right, so... I'm going to need to go back to player roster here and then shift them. So... I guess this is going to be Taku himself at number 1 on the captain spot. So if I organise it like that, where I've got the Black Orcs at the top, the Troll, and then the little fellas here. And then we shall work on the naming. I also have a couple of different add-ons here. kind of do like the fact that I can just, you know, cram these on to make it a little bit more menacing for him. These gauntlets are actually perfect if this Blood Axe was part of the Warmonger tribe, because they are essentially the Warmonger's gauntlets. Gives them a little bit more personality on the pitch. There we go. So, we have Taku Blood Axe at the head of the team. The other orcs, I'm going to have to think about for a bit. But this boy, you see, I have a very certain Orlog who was an absolute pain in my arse for that entire playthrough of Shadow of War. For the most part of just finally, for the first time ever, branding my first Orlog and then having a big guy, I was thinking, hey, I've actually got a follower that might actually prove, you know, useful. I then, after branding him, like 5 minutes after, got knocked by an opposing orc. And then he turned up and just went, really? You expect me to follow you with that happening? Seriously? Not happening. So I had to cut his arm off and brainwash him again. And I've never forgotten him since. That was seriously one of the stupidest moments in my history playing Shadow of War. And it's one of my most beloved as well. Now, it's better allow those characters too. Oops. I cannot spell! Good lord, man. Hang on, let me just reset my brain. There. Better. 3 attempts to spell deranged. I apparently need to go back to school. There we go. So that is probably one of my most beloved captains. Put back in the form of a troll because, well, he was a half troll, so close enough. And now the rest of you. I'm trying to think what other orcs really gave me any trouble so that I want them immortalized. I already created in Blood Bowl 2 my top werewolf player was hybridly named between lore accurate and also because of Shadow of War as well. So I don't really know what else I can do at the moment. But I know fine well, actually hold up, something I've just noticed I've done wrong. Let me amend this, please. Thank God this game is smart enough to allow you to do that and not have to delete everything. Better. Aye. So. I am a little bit tempted, but I don't really want to because it seems... Nah, I'm not going to bring him back. Like, bringing back my werewolf player as a black orc wouldn't be a tribute to him. He died, and that's that, right? It's over. He died in Blood Bowl 2. I have no way of getting him back. I'll honour his memory. Now I just need to find others here. And I'm trying to think. I am a little bit tempted to bring in a cameo from one of my favourite YouTube series ever, which is why I played Shadow of War in the first place. Simply because you cannot forget Proc Jaws. That is probably the most memorable Uruk I've ever seen in Shadow of Mordor, and it made me want to play the whole series on YouTube simply just by the creation of memorable moments. And it's not even one of mine. However, I do want to keep this team a little bit more personal to me. So, I think with that in mind, I'm going to leave the rest of these for now and decide on names later, because I've got this team to give a test run to now. A fairly straightforward and very quick customization build, all things considered. But generally, the simplicity in building this team lineup, that's what makes the Black Orcs special. So, let's give them a test run, shall we?